I'm Kit Armstrong. I'm a musician, a pianist and a composer, and I've come to Seoul to play a concerto with the Seoul Philharmonic Orchestra, as well as many chamber music works with its members. Mozart's last piano concerto is a really special piece in the whole literature. I think it is one of the most moving pieces of music ever composed, not only because of its story, but also because of how perfect all the themes complement each other and create an image that cannot even exist in reality, but exists somehow in the imagination of every human who has ever lived. I have an anecdote about this piece which is of particular personal significance. You see, my great mentor, the recently deceased Alfred Brendel, was one of the great Mozart pianists of the last century. I had the idea, and I just mentioned it sort of offhand to somebody I was with, that it would be great if I could go to one of the concerts in which he was playing this piece. And this well-to-do person who was part of this conversation said, "That's a great idea. I would love to do that too." And so it just happened that one of the coming tour dates of Alfred Brendel was in the Carnegie Hall in New York, and it was on Mozart's birthday, playing exactly this piece. And of course we went to this at some great expense, of course. I mean, we flew in sort of from the four corners of the world into New York just for this one concert. And this taught me a lot, and it's a lasting impression and a lasting lesson, because it's not just about the music, which of course was great, but the fact that this kind of music making, classical music, sort of 200 years after the fact, could be of such importance and could be so meaningful to people of today that we would find it just a natural thing to want to do, to let's say, destroy all of our previously laid plans in order to have this once-in-a-lifetime experience of going to Carnegie Hall to hear this concert by Alfred Brendel. And this really made me aware of the significance that classical music has in today's culture and in the lives of people. I think mathematics is a very difficult thing to define because it is so all-encompassing. But if I had to describe what it's like personally to be a mathematician, or what I would like to be when I'm thinking about mathematics, I would say that it's this combination of creativity and farsightedness, meaning that one has to create one's own worlds, but one also has to have the discipline, the perspicaciousness to look through the whole world that one has created, to see all of its ramifications and to see what one can do in it. These are aspects which exist exactly in art, I find. I find that making mathematics is not about solving problems that have already been solved, but rather about finding what is interesting. What is interesting to us often is exactly what is beautiful. And when I compose or when I make music, it is exactly this set of values which guide me. Ever since I started to be a professional musician, I have heard a lot about Seoul Philharmonic Orchestra. I come from the world of mathematics and of natural science, and for me, I had the great fortune of being introduced to music by some of the best people that one can possibly imagine, who were not only distinguished musicians in and of themselves, but had this openness of spirit which really drew me into the domain. And they were very welcoming to me, and through the collaborations I had with them, very often in the context of chamber music. And many of these people had long-standing collaborations with the SPO, and it is because of this that I have always not only known about this orchestra, but held it even if I hadn't known it directly in the highest regard. I'm very much looking forward to this opportunity to share a piece of music that I really love. For me, being a professional musician is not about myself. It's about you, the audience. And it's about making a moment that will be unforgettable because it connects the present in which we are with the past, and in doing so inspires a future. So I look very much forward to seeing you all at the concert.